I have a love-hate relationship with this Redeemer. I'll tell you why. Inside Star Citizen for September 2nd. Let's take a look. Yeah, ship shape.
It's pretty true to the original concept. It still has the...
Okay, let's pause here for a second. Does anyone else feel this way about Salvage? Now, the mechanics behind Salvage and mining are going to be kind of the same. You fire a beam at the whatever the salvage is, and the good stuff comes in, which then you can sell, right? That's how Salvage is going to work. I mean, I like mining. It's okay. But for some reason, Salvage just speaks to me in a way that mining does not. I can't explain it. I mean, it's going to be the same kind of mechanics, but the kind of the idea of owning the Vulture, which is a kind of a single, the equivalent of the Prospector, I guess, for mining, and just finding wrecks in space, derelict wrecks or crashed wrecks on planets, and getting the salvage, and then sleeping in the ship, and then taking the stuff you've salvaged and going off and selling it and becoming a Jedi. It sounds like a plot for a movie. For some reason, Salvage just speaks to me a lot more than mining, even though it's so similar. But I do like what the Vulture here is looking like.
Very first version of a ship-based salvage. Moving to the next ship is the Aries starfighter Inferno and Ion. These are towards the end of Great...
Look at that. That's the bearing size 7 Gatling. That thing is gonna spit death out. The ballistics right now are, I don't want to say they're OP. I think they're in a good place. They're kind of still fiddling. All the weapons have been kind of reset with ranges and as they work out how everything's going to be balanced. But that size 7 Gatling is gonna be... Am I going to jinx it? It's going to be awesome. It better be. I'm going to tell you why I like this ship in a second. Let's just hear what he has to say about it.
Box crossing into final art in places. So these are your two single-player anti-capital
so hot right
fighters.
Now. Yes. Okay, that's beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm a big fan of the design and shape of this thing. But let's talk about where this fits in. And I think a great example, we just had the Xenothreat event. Well, Xenothreat is still going on. But when you are in a multi-crew ship, now Star Citizen wants you to try multi-crew. It's what they're pushing for. And you know what? It works. I mean, having a fully crewed Hammerhead in Xenothreat, it wrecks everything. It's great. But what happens once the Hammerhead gets blown up and everyone goes to respawn? So if you haven't all set your respawn in the same place, and some guy respawned on R-Corp, another guy respawned on some base, random base somewhere, another guy respawned in a med bay on some ship, and now you've all come back, but are you going to pull another Hammerhead because it's going to take time for everyone to get back to where you need to be if you're disorganized? What I end up doing is end up jumping in the biggest heavy hitter I have, solo ship, and go and finish off the Idris. I know other people do too. So if that happens, if your multi-crew ship gets destroyed and you've respawned somewhere, the fastest way to get back into the action is in a single-seater ship that puts on massive DPS. This is exactly what this is. This is why I love this. I end up getting both of these ships at the end. At first was the only Inferno, but I do like the idea of a long-range sniper, because that is something we don't have. Now, a single size 7 laser cannon there, it's going to be very slow DPS. But if it has good range, let's say 5, 6, 7, cross your fingers, maybe 10 kilometers range on that, that's going to be an awesome sniper ship.
The only sort of unknowns that cropped up was where and how we access the components on the ship. These were blocked in at concept phase, but obviously things change during development. We learn a bit more about how to do things more optimally in the edge of each ship we do.
Justifying the incredible prices we paid.
Animation template to get in a little. It was using another ship's entry, and then just trying to frame the huge guns
Look at
on
it.
the side of the cockpit in view in a way that is nice, but without it.
It's so big. Said no girl ever to you. It is. Look at the size of that. Size 7. That is amazing. I can't wait to see that thing in action. It better have a high rate of fire. We're talking like A10 Warthog type sounding. I hope they do. I hope they go that direction. But looks to be pretty much complete on the outside anyway. Since there's no interior other than the cockpit, I'm going to guess this comes out on time.
Interfering with your view massively by having huge amounts of VFX and barrel obscuring half your view.
That better sound good too. It looks great. Okay, those are new, I think they're size 5 bearing Gatlings in white there. Those look new. Are those in the game right now? I don't recall. But anyway, those are size 5 Gatlings on the top and bottom turrets, each one putting out, what's it, 1,000 DPS? So 2,000 per turret, plus the pilot-controlled nose cannons there, which seem to be a turreted size 3s. Yeah, this thing is a serious damage dealer. Now, I don't know. As a gunship, let's just watch a bit more.
What we call the final phase.
No, I want to love this ship. I really do. I want to like it, but the engines are killing me. It just doesn't fit anything in the game. And at the time when this look, kudos to the team that designed it. They did a great job. But it was between this and the Boomslang. Who remembers the Boomslang? Now, obviously, a bit of bias here because Boomslang is a snake that from South Africa. It's actually tree snake, which is the direct translation of Boomslang is. Highly deadly. And I just found that the Boomslang design fits better into Star Citizen design aspects. I'm trying. I'm really trying to like it.
The smooth edges, there's a bit more angular folds in it. We changed the tail and sort of just stretched the body to balance the proportions.
Oh, that's right. There's a rear remote turret too.
Distribution.
Let me take. I forgot about that completely. And a rear turret too. Okay, this thing has got a wide firing arc. All the angles are covered.
In terms of weight distribution.
I mean, you can just park that thing stationary and be able to shoot everything around you at all times.
Originally, it was a 3-person dropship gunship hybrid and featured in Squadron 42 in sort of a very minor dropship role. But over time, the needs for that dropship in Squadron evolved, and it wasn't suitable.
Okay, I'm starting to like it now. Starting to like it a bit more.
And being a 4-person gunship requires...
Okay, that interior is coming along very, very nice. Is that access to the lower turret, or is that a docking? Must be the turret. Which way we're looking? Is that towards the back of the ship? I can't tell. But also, what are those shield emitters are supposed to be on the top there? What are those?
Quite beef.
Because they seem to be having like pistons, which are, look at those pistons moving.
Components.
You see it?
So it's trying to fit all these things on this chassis.
What is that?
Keeping its sort of quite iconic look.
This is walking towards the front.
Fitting it all inside was by far the biggest challenge of the production.
Okay, you got the jump seats, you got storage there for your firearms. Yeah, it's nice.
We think we've been quite faithful to that original design, both visually and gameplay wise, and we look forward to people playing it later in the year.
Interface to be used by players when they wake up in the hospital, allowing them to properly identify and treat their own wounds as...
Okay, some medical gameplay. Let's see what's happening. So you've got into like the scanner bed. This kind of looks like basically the same system as your ship repair goes, where you refuel your quantum fuel and you refill your ammo kind of thing. You're just choosing what you want to do, right?
Female players, and eventually a similar skeletal overlay will be available to players out in the field when they use their hand scanners.
Right, so you're just checking off what you want treated. Well, obviously you want to repair everything. I wonder what the difference is between treatment and medication. I guess medication is for your space herpes and treatment is for everything else.
But for now, hospitals only. And since Alpha 315 is introducing healing, medical, and the next iteration of inventory, we're talking the next major step forward towards what we've been calling Death of a Spaceman. And while we'll be learning all about...
Okay, they've spoken about robotic limbs for a long, long time, and this is our first look as to what the different options are, I guess.
Those over the...
Give us something black and gold, please.
Next 2 weeks, the character team has started concepts for the long-awaited cybernetic limb replacements coming in later iterations.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the yellow one for sure.
And while the team has some favorites here
we go.
Explorations are going...
Okay, I'm sold. Right, this one, number 2 right here, that's it. I'm wearing that all the time. Which raises the question, say you respawn and you're fully functional human with all the parts, but I want this arm. Does a friend shoot my arm off and go, hey, kind of shoot me an arm because I want to get a new one? Is that how it works? Huh. Well, you see people lining up, just blow off their limbs so they can get cooler ones. Is that how it's going to be?
What you're seeing, as we want a varied array of...
Okay, hear me out. Number 3. But darker in black for a stealth kind of, can you get stealth limbs? Can you just trick out a completely stealth body to do kind of bounty hunting, but stealthily, because you have the limbs? This is so much potential. I hope this is the direction they go, where your limb has a certain purpose.
Options
like a stronger limb
for beginners,
like number 4 over here.
Advanced options, different sources like government issue or pirate outlander.
Oh yeah, all right. So say like some limb will be just stronger, but then you're slower at moving, or it's better at controlling weapon recoil. There's so much they can do with this. This is really good. I'm excited for this.
And more.
Hot.
I mean, look at all these. Does that one only have 3 fingers?
No, we straight out of Cyberpunk here. This is Johnny Silverhand, his dream, right? Oh, look at that broken one on the right, number 5. Okay, so if you're really low on funds, yeah, I like it. I like where this is going. I really do.
They're also exploring how they work with a variety of clothing options in the verse, either exposing the full or partial arm.
Oh, that's right. The clothing meshes have to support this, because either you want to show off your arm or partial arm. I don't know how much of this will get into the game, but I guess if you have the clothing, just rip off your sleeves so you can show everyone your fancy arm. Is that it?
And then, of course,
legs.
The gammy leg.
Yeah, come on. You know that every single guy that's going to be boarding your ship as a pirate has to be serious, and will only be taken seriously as a pirate if they have leg option 5. Because you come on my ship with leg option 3 or 2, I'm not going to respect you. But if you come on my ship with leg option 5, dude, tons of respect for your serious role-playing of the pirate. So I know option 5 there's going to be like the cheap leg, but those things are fast. I mean, those things they're lightweight and they're fast, so maybe they'll consider this.
Now, these are still in the concept stage, so it'll be a while yet before they make their way in.
Oh, totally. Number 3 all the way. Absolutely. I'm going to deck out all my limbs like that.
To the persistent universe. But I'll tell you, I'm excited to one day be more machine now than man.
Okay, number 5, if that red was yellow, also. Interesting. I'm curious to know how they'll implement the clothing, whether by default your arm will just show, or if you select to roll up your sleeves. There's a lot to look at there. But that concludes a very, very informative and interesting Inside Star Citizen. So the Redeemer, you know what? Yeah, as a gunship for dealing damage, DPS dealer, it's good. Also, the Aries, Inferno and Ion, definitely hot ships. Looking forward to seeing all that come out fairly soon. All right, guys, that wraps it up. If you enjoyed my content, you know what to do. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.